Amanda comes into this season with previous season under her belt. She really enjoys playing the right side. So every match here today, Andrew, is played in a rally format. That means every rally of points is accumulated for the winning team. How fast, being a team owner, how fast do you see games go by when it's in rally scoring versus traditional scoring?
I actually kept stats for this last year for our team, and the rally count was one of the things I tracked, of course. And, it went to, on average, it was about 35 to 40 rallies per game, including the double freeze, where the first team to get to 20 can only score a point on their serve, and then if the trailing team catches up and reaches 19, they can only then score a point on their serve as well. So yeah, on average, it went to 35 to 40 rallies, which is, you can imagine how long.
It's a lot of pickleball.
Yeah, I mean, compared to traditional scoring, it matters, of course, what you're going up to. If it's a game to 15, there's just a lot more variability in traditional, right? It can go forever, or it can be done pretty quickly.
Right.
Whereas rally scoring is a little less variation.
So every game here today will go up to 21, first to 21, or hard 21, as other people like to say. And you were talking about the scoring freeze. So the first team to hit 20 points, they can only win that game when they are serving. And then the second team, once they hit 19 points, they must also be serving to get to 20 and or 21.
Oh, nice poach.
Yeah, really nice movement from Amanda. One of the things that the Brewers talk a lot about in their team selection is the athleticism and versatility from all of their athletes. They often come from another sport. And this was a strategy really, kind of executed by the owner, Brett Shepley, from day one. I would imagine a lot of owners have similar strategies.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the league is that maybe you've talked about this already, but the league is getting younger and younger. The average age of the player and the athleticism is starting to showcase itself. And someone like Amanda, she's been training really hard. Been following her a little bit in the States. She's out of Rochester, resides there, and gets to play a lot of the PPA and APP stuff. So last year she was paired with Victoria Denuzio, if you remember. And she, in the CNPL, they did amazing. They reached the second place finish. And Amanda and Victoria is now playing in the MLP, but they won a few PPA qualifiers, at least one, maybe up to 3 or something. I don't remember, but they played really well, and they've been winning some really challenging events down south.
All right, we have the Brewers serving in at score of 9-8. Northern Lights doing a really good job keeping the Brewers back on the baseline, and that is definitely in rally scoring something we like to see from the teams, is taking advantage of the return, advancing to the net, and just keeping that serving team back.
Yeah, lots of pressure. You don't want to let up on the pressure, but it's a fine line, right? Game of inches. You don't want to also put it out on the back line.
Maybe a game of millimeters right there.
Yeah, exactly.
So something that might be hard to pick up on, watching live or watching, on YouTube, is that the trajectory of the ball really dictates when the players advance up to that non-volley line. At a rec level or a club level, we often see players waiting to see their ball bounce as evidence to come up to the line. But here at the highest pro level, they're just looking for that ball to start dipping, and that's enough for them to start advancing.
That's a good point. Yeah, you don't want to wait too long before you make the moves, right? Otherwise, you can lose precious time getting there and be planted at the kitchen.
Right.
It's nice to see, I was going to say, it's nice to see Danielle Boss using her reach and height. We just played against the Northern Lights, and she really showcased her prowess that way. Gets to get big on the court and take up a lot of space.
Danielle Boss playing the right side for the Northern Lights. She is from Brantford, Ontario, hometown girl.
And I believe a former volleyball player.
Okay, so don't lob Danielle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice setup from Amanda. I mean, it looks like, Kalist has the winning shot. I mean, obviously she does, but that is all in part due to Rosati. Oh, we got a lob to the volleyball
You just
player.
said, yeah.
Again, Brewers back on their heels. Oh,
Yeah.
what a change of direction.
Yeah, and as we were talking about a little bit before, you rarely see Marie-Christine make an unforced error. Like, she is just so cool and collected, making those placement shots. They're soft often, but they're well placed.
I mean, that's just a sign. Like, she's seeing this ball very well, you know. A lot of times people make decisions when the ball's moving too fast or the pace of the match itself is moving too fast. But clearly, I mean, she's playing with control and she's very calm, like you say. Lucky net court ball there, though.
Yeah, lucky one there.
That takes the Brewers to 12, serving in 12-14. It's some sharp defense.
Yeah. It's exciting pickleball. It really is.
One of the things that Luca and I talked about earlier today was just the progression and the evolution of doubles pickleball, specifically in women's doubles. The game is moving so much faster.
Yeah.
The ball, the players are allowing the ball to bounce, step back, often speed up off a bouncing ball.
Yeah, and some really impressive hands battles. A little too much there, like Kalist.
You know, the opening was there, the height of the ball was there for her to do something with it. I like that move.
Totally, you got to go for those.
Nice reach. Ava Kalist of the Southwestern Brewers really showing off some good athleticism there. Ava is from Pennsylvania, U.S.
Timeout.
All right, our first timeout of the match being called by the Northern Lights.
Almost got the reset there. Wow.
Really great attempt.
Wow. One thing we were talking about with our players is, using the Dura ball. If the players aren't familiar with it, it can be a bit fast. It's a bit of a stiff ball compared to the Franklin.
Oh, the Dura is a tricky ball for sure. It also goes out of round, as we say, or it loses its round shape.
Yeah.
Which, once that hits the ground, it becomes unpredictable. All right, we've got 14-17. First to 21, that's what we're looking for.
Still close game, anyone's game.
It is anyone's game, yeah. Especially with that serving freeze. I mean, that really, I've seen a lot of comebacks due to that serving freeze. Nice serve, good deep return. It's a very clean third shot, fifth shot drop. That's just a well-executed point from the start.
Yeah.
For the lights, yeah.
Yeah, speaking on the freeze, it feels like to really be confident in cleaning up the final point of the game, you almost need at least a 5-point lead. Like, if you don't have a 5-point lead going into the freeze, it's almost anyone's game, really, from what I've seen.
Yeah, of the rosters of pretty much each team itself. And the introduction of having 6 players last season versus 4 from season 1 has made all the difference as well. Like you said, new player combinations just within the team.
That's right. Oh, just about every team brought a full roster, it looks like.
All right, Kyle Hermetz, pro player over there. He was looking for the ATP. No dice. Angle was not there.
Did he get that one?
You know, by Joel's face,
yeah.
he knew it was out.
Oh, wow.
A little bit of confusion.
Yeah, it's tough to sort these things out day one. That said, I really admire Kyle's style of play. He's really aggressive, uses his movement, tries to attack any attackable ball. Sometimes a little too much, but you can tell he's developing as a player, and he's reining it in. Sometimes playing more smart pickleball.
Kyle absolutely brings the energy and the fire when he plays. Just like last season, we are seeing a lot more dinking patterns when it comes to men's doubles versus women's doubles. You know, last year, Cameron Taylor and I talked a lot about that, just the steadiness of men's doubles, and I really do enjoy seeing an all-around, well-developed rally.
Yeah. I mean, that's almost the whole point of doubles. Like, it becomes really tactical, right? I'm more of a singles player myself, but those rallies are sometimes so short and become boring sometimes, but it's really cool to see the tactics develop and shine in doubles.
Well, definitely for our viewers, they'd like to probably see those 20, 30 shot rallies versus 4 or 5 shots. Well, third sitting a little bit high, cleaned it up with a nice reset. Yeah, Lucas's hands are fast. Nice resets. Really nice work.
Oh, wow. And Eugene just couldn't quite find the put away there on that high ball. That's too bad.
The lights were receiving pressure by the Brewers. They were doing a good job trying to push them back, but they did not panic. The Northern Lights, right?
Yeah. Difference.
Oh, you can see it, how it translates to the performance of the players as well.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. Solid defense. Great hands by Wong. And that proves to be a good timeout for the Southwestern Brewers. They earned their second point. Great return by Joel. Oh,
wow.
Goodness.
Wow.
You know, Eugene's there. He's ready for that ball. He knows it's coming.
Yeah.
Maybe tried to do too much of it.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
How much pickleball did you play before you became a part owner, Andrew?
Honestly, I think less than a year.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a fresh sport, especially in Canada, and we all know how much it's exploded. And now we're starting to get the facilities like this one so that we can play year-round. So that's part of the reason the talent of these players is just exploding, really. Like, it's grown so fast and so quickly. I know there's some new younger players, but now they have a place to train, right? Speaking of, this is Lucas Wong's home. He's the pro at this facility here in Smash Pickleball in London, Ontario.
Lucas serving in for a score of 9-3, looking for their 10th point. Let's see if they get it. That's a nice roll by Hermetz.
I tried to put it away there.
And he was getting where he wanted that ball to go. I think maybe 1 or 2 more shots and he would have had that roll nicely for a just a little too low.
There's the speed up he wanted to initiate though before too, and it just Lucas with a great block there.
Computer.
Yes. Yeah.
Game plans change match to match. Overall, I think a team does have a general.
Just missed that passing shot.
Okay, so in that timeout, the Brewers elect to make a side change between their players. So now Kyle Hermetz is playing on the right side, and Eugene Mak is playing on the left.
That's right, they did, yeah.
So let's see how that changes the dynamics of this match. Okay, so far it works out in their favor.
Yeah. Maybe they want the dinking battles. Yeah, against powerhouses like Lucas as well.
Well, we were talking about team support and backing the players. I mean, this team format that CNPL has, it does exactly that during the game, which you do not typically see in traditional tournaments of teams of 2. You know, they have teammates on the sidelines observing the match as it goes on, giving them feedback as the match unfolds as well.
Right. Wow.
What a nice put away by Lucas.
Yeah.
And again, Joel did a lot of the work and Lucas just finished.
Yeah, these two guys on the Northern Lights have some of the fastest hands in the league, probably.
Absolutely, proving it here. That lead increasing for a score of 13-7. You know, you talk about that scoring gap, the ideal scoring gap. We're pretty much, you know, more than over there.
Yeah, a little more patience.
Yeah, Joel's smiling. He knows it. 14. Let's see if the Brewers can decrease that lead just a little bit. We talked about Brewers having a tough day out there so far. You know, a men's doubles win would be pretty big for them.
Yeah, and when we talked about that, the weekend is still so young. We're only 2 matches deep, right? So you never know. They might turn it around tomorrow.
Well, the captain of the Southwestern Brewers, Mark Cleminson, electing to not play in this doubles match, as we see. He's on the sidelines. Possibly just trying out these, like you said, new player combinations.
Yeah, exactly. That's also what we're going for.
Oh my goodness. That's a lot of power on that back hit.
That back hit, yeah. When it comes to the finals, I'm sure Cleminson is going to be playing a lot of the games, if not all. I just couldn't dig it out of that. It lost its pace off the net cord.
Couple of dirty net cords. Works out in the Northern Lights' favor. 16-9. Yeah, and we see, Eugene Mak's going for that really nice low backhand slice dink, just extending his arm a little bit too late there, waiting a little bit too late. That's much cleaner.
Yeah, he wasn't going for anything too big either. He was just going for the corner kitchen there. And I guess just the form, a bit too big of a swing. I missed that one. Did that go out off of...
I mean, you can see that the Northern Lights are completely at ease. They're making a couple unforced errors and they're smiling their way through it. That said, anything can happen in pickleball and just a few momentum shifts, and the Brewers could be right back in this.
That's right, yeah. I think that was another out ball by Joel.
Yeah. A couple of consecutive points for the Brewers. Great serve by Max. ATP,
he got it. He got it, yeah.
And just like that, it's now 12-18.
Yeah, still possible.
That deficit continues to get smaller. The Brewers are finding their feet again.
Yeah, and it feels like that's where the Brewers are winning their battles on those nice low, soft dinking battles. The Northern Lights are sometimes getting impatient and trying to speed up quickly because they don't want to play that game, right?
Right.
It's just hard to get there.
19-13. Electing to go back to Wong. He's been hitting great drops, great thirds all game long.
So now they're on the freeze at 20.
Right, so now the Northern Lights must be the serving team to close out this game. Yeah, so now that the Brewers have the ball back, they're not at risk of losing this game on their serve.
Exactly. Yep, like you said, if they alternate winning rallies, the Brewers will just keep getting a point while the Lights are stuck at 20.
Yeah. All right, all four players at the net. Let's see what happens. And an out ball, an uncharacteristic, okay, I think I got blocked by Wong.
Yeah,
I
me
didn't
too.
see it.
Me too.
It
looks like it got the line,
Yeah. Oh, that's really too bad. Felt like they were on the verge of a comeback, but the Northern Lights take a decisive win, 21-14. What I love about CNPL is how fast they roll through their matches, in the sense of there's no waiting around. These players jump on court, they do their warm-up, and we are right back into it, folks. Game 3 of this matchup.
Oh, lucky net court.
Brewers taking the first point. They needed that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a nice confident start for them.
1-0. Point 7.
Wow.
Great setup by Rosati. And what a finish by Eugene Mak.
Solid start. I would not have anticipated that, to be honest. This is that mixed pair I was talking about, that Joelle and Marie-Christine, they complement each other so well.
Now, what is it do you find that they do that complements each other?
So Joelle uses his size and his speed and his strength to attack, and Marie-Christine can reset just about anything and plays a great placement defensive ball.
Yeah, you mentioned Marie-Christine's ability to defend that ball. I know she has a racket sport background. I mean, I think it's just her overall ball sense, game sense, right? She's got great court awareness.
Anticipation, yes, yeah. I can see that.
Big drive from Amanda Rosati. I like how she's advancing up. She just saw that ball was going to drop. She's
Oh,
really
just
bringing
wide.
the pace.
Yeah.
Imagine if that had landed in though.
Just wide.
2-4.
Early on, we've got a close score, 2-4 for the Brewers right now.
11-9. Side out, point 10.
Wow, nice block.
You know, Amanda, I mean, I really like what she was developing there. Her wind up to attack was big. It was very evident. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, she did choose to go cross court on that attack.
Yeah.
She's just too ready on the other side.
Read her like a book. Yeah. At this highest level, you sometimes, at this highest level, you sometimes, you need a really good hold on your shot, especially if you're going for a speed up.
Right. Something that Joel did there with that finishing volley was he just kept his motion compressed. What I mean is there's actually no wind up, and that is how he gets his power. You
Yeah.
do not need to wind up and swing in pickleball, contrary to people's belief.
Yeah. It's an easy mistake to make, especially if you come from tennis. You generate power in tennis by having such a big swing sometimes, right? So any players transitioning from tennis to pickleball, I notice, including myself, they make a huge swing sometimes. And you get a lot of spin, sure, but it's so readable.
Marie-Christine out there of the Northern Lights really is proving to be consistent. What a great get from Joelle. And, you know, nice earning from Rosati,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yep.
6-5.
Huge forehand from Eugene Mak, gets into the non-volley line. All right. I'd really like to see Rosati with some patience here, setting up the play for Max.
Oh, she let it go. She thought it was going out.
Yeah, she may have been a little bit handcuffed there on her forehand side.
Yeah.
She was leaning heavily backhand.
And it was the high dink that caused that
Yeah.
play.
We have a tie game here, folks, 6-6. So there's an example of the Dura being unpredictable. That ball did not come up.
Yeah.
And again.
You know, the first time, it just takes some getting used to, I think. Like, most of these players have adjusted, but it's the first weekend, too. So I think by the next event that you'll see a lot less of that.
Get there.
Oh, climbed over.
13-12.
Time that call by the Brewers.
Side out, point 14.
Great return by Max. Doing a nice job keeping him back. Getting the height of the ball that he wants, and nice defense.
14-15.
Max doing everything to try to keep that team back.
Yeah.
So well earned.
Eugene covered a lot in the court there. He used his reach to get those high balls.
Really well earned point.
7-9. 16-14.
You know, Eugene is going for attacks straight into Marie-Christine.
Yes.
But she's actually, despite being a rackets player, she's comfortable with that paddle right into her body.
Yep. Blocking all day long. Yeah. That said, your other best option is Joel, which is you don't want to pick too many fights with him, honestly.
Maybe just getting that ball closer down to the feet. It might mean taking some pace off, but getting the
Yeah.
ball to her feet, she has to clear the net higher to get
Exactly.
the ball.
So if you can roll
Yeah.
some top spin onto that ball to get it there.
Yeah.
7.
Eugene Mak's taking a little bit more of the court than the start of the game here. Joel looking to do
yeah.
the same.
I love to see it. I love to see the energy he's bringing. It's really good.
It is good, and it's paying dividends. As they're making a tiny comeback, serving at 8-11.
Time in.
I took that one out of the air.
It was a good ball to try on.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think he made that decision a little bit late.
Yeah. Stretching a little too much there. What do you think?
Side.
There's back to back. It's right time to call it, honestly.
16-20. Side out.
Really nice rally being to Pelletier. Oh, and a lucky net cord for the Brewers. They will take it.
Speaking of timeouts, that's one of the stats I did gather. After the season, we had a decent sample size, and I was curious who, say the next 4 to 5 points after following the timeout, who generally gets the points, and it looks like it's a great equalizer for us at least. When I say that, I mean it's a coin flip. Who gets the next point? Who gets the point after that? Who gets the point after that? And you generally call the time out after you've had a few points against you.
Right.
So going for a coin flip instead of, who knows, 80% chance you lose a point, it's a lot better, right?
Side out.
Yeah, when we talk about momentum shifts in pickleball, and that really, a timeout can absolutely shift that momentum. Oh, that's a nice lead. Yeah.
It's tempting to hit those sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah, Brewers, down a couple games in terms of the overall match, but only down a couple points in this game. They really have a great chance here of coming off a win.
Oh, some miscommunication.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
I think Eugene was just really watching that ball fall a lot faster than he initially expected.
That makes sense.
Big serve from Joel Pelletier. He's feeling it though. He's super relaxed right now.
That said, Eugene had a nice return where he took that pace off with a slice backhand.
Right. ATP.
Oh.
Comes off the post. He maybe ran out of real estate. The angle just is a little too tight,
The
unfortunately.
HTP hit the post.
HTP, I like that. I mean, I don't like it for him.
Yeah. Joel with the hard counter, a little bit too hard.
Is there such a thing as being too ready?
that's my excuse. Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, I'll use that from now on.
Nice drop by Amanda, looking away to get up to that line. There she is.
Oh, great block by Joel there. Quick hands.
$17-12. Big serve. Big drive. Gets them to the line, and here we go. Not a time to attack from Rosati, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, something I'm kind of picking up on here, Marie-Christine, on her dinks, her drops, she's got the head of her paddle well above her wrist. A lot of players actually drop their paddle head to impart a lot of topspin. She's kind of half volleying and taking that ball right then.
That's right.
There's an example of
Yeah,
it above the
yeah,
wrist again, and that
yeah.
caused a float.
Yeah. It was like a forehand slice.
Yeah, that's absolutely coming from tennis.
Yeah.
I've actually played her in a tournament, and I will say she's taken away those slicing, those floating dinks. She's improved them tremendously. But what I was going to say is when she does drop that paddle face on a dink, I mean, it tends to pop up a little bit high.
Oh, great save by Rosati.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit of cat and mouse going on here. Oh, Joelle wants in.
Yeah, sneaking over.
Okay, so that looked wide, but did it touch Salvas's arm? I thought maybe it made connection. Okay.
That said no.
Interesting. Okay, so Salvas gives the ball to the Brewers, thinking they came away at that point, but it's given back to them.
Either way, it was a smart move by Rosati to keep Joel honest there on his backhand when he was starting to stretch over on the court. Again, there they got him this time.
Critical shots, and just like that, you know, we're at 17-20. It's a close game.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, you know what? The Brewers can get this ball back, you know? And they will. They will absolutely fight right to the end.
Tough loss for them. There's a few unforced errors I usually don't see Amanda make like that. But hey, it's week one, day one.
And you know what? This is a team morale game for the Brewers. If they come out with a win, this will be a good, positive way to kind of, you know, round out the day, head into their next match if they have one more to go.
And honestly, all the players, I guess I can't speak for them, but if I had to guess, they all want to play this game, not just for the fun, but they're trying to figure out their pairings. It's day one, like at least speaking from our ownership group, we want to try every combination, every side, every pairing. Even like, do you want to start gender? Do you want to start mixed?
Yeah, and can you give us some insight as to why you might choose a mixed game versus gender, which traditionally most teams are starting with gender doubles?
Yeah, and last year they did that as well. I think it all depends where your confidence lies. Last year we sometimes chose mixed because we were confident in our mixed pairs a little bit more. So it's kind of nice to take that pressure off when you get a first couple wins, right?
Yeah, great point.
Aside from that, maybe it's just knowing your players, who handles pressure the best.
It's true, you know, some players truly thrive off of pressure.
Feed off it,
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And others are hit and miss or can crumble, right?
Nice hands by Kyle Hermetz.
Yeah. That's that whole. A lot of this is a mental game.
Yeah. Yep. So the Brewers jump to a bit of an early lead here. 4-2. Oh, what a reset! Okay, boss. That inside-out motion is so subtle.
Yeah.
But it definitely had Kyle Hermetz thinking she was going cross court.
Yeah, totally. So this hit there.
Yeah, nice job by Ava. You know, she did push that ball through the middle at a pretty high height, but, you know, it worked out in her favor there. Yeah, that's good. We get ourselves into a dinking rally. Oh,
Kyle
yes.
using that speed.
I think that's the second Ernie I've seen from Kyle today. I'm sure he's got more under his belt, though.
Yeah. He loves pouncing on those, as he should.
Nice hands by Kyle to get that ball back
Yep.
over one more time.
Yep.
Out of the 4 players on the court, Kyle is the only returning CNPL player. So with that, you know, I do believe he brings some tremendous experience and confidence to
Good
his
point.
team.
Good point. Yeah. Everyone else is freshly drafted this year. Tough when he misses those drives. It's a lot of topspin, but from so far back, it can just dive too early into the net.
Really nice display of control from all players. I
Great
say that.
leave but great leave by Lucas.
Yeah. All right, 7-6. Here we go. That was an uncharacteristic drive.
Very. It's nice to see even some of the best players do that.
I'm sure they don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, you know, I would say that Northern Lights had the advantage being already established at the non-volley zone, but Boss had a massive wind-up, and it bought all the time in the world for Kyle to come in. He knew exactly what she was doing, and he got the jump on her.
Yeah.
That's experience right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Great reset by Kyle.
The Northern Lights are doing a great job pulling Kyle over quite a bit, though, targeting Ava a little bit more.
Yes, they are. They are doing a good job with that. I mean, Kyle is so agile and quick that, you know, similar to his teammate Mark Cleminson, he can cheat over, you know, 75, 80% of the way.
Without giving up too much of his side.
That's
exactly.
right, yeah. And this is something that all 4 players really have to adapt. You know, we're coming from gender doubles first, where the court is a little more evenly spread, to this variation of like a 70-30, 65,
Yeah.
you know, 35.
Yeah, and you're right. It could be hard to change your mindset, especially if you're a bit tired. You know, it's hard to keep your head on straight sometimes. And, you know, this is a different style of game now.
Right. Andrea Blackwell clarifying the score. Lucas Wong serving in 11-9.
Yeah. Oh, almost crawled over. Tough luck for Danielle there.
Just didn't want to go.
Yeah.
I was saying earlier, but Mark Cleminson has actually blown a ball over the net when it's ridden the top of the net like that.
Today?
No, it
previously.
just generally in life.
Yeah. Yep, it's a legal play.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kyle had that shot on his paddle. It was there.
It's tough when it's a little too hard, yeah.
making it easy, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's too bad. They're just missing by 3 to 4 inches. Those could easily be line shots. Like we said, it's a game of inches.
Yeah, and again, it looked like Ava was compelled to end the rally there. She thought she had the opening. But the safer play would be to just put the ball back and force the team to hit another shot.
Exactly. You don't need to go for lines, or at least decrease your margins a little bit.
Right.
If you notice you're both missing 3 to 4 inches out.
Hermetz is doing a great job keeping the team in this game. 12-13. Oh, yeah.
There it is. He got that one.
He did. That does seem uncharacteristic of Boss. She's been keeping the ball low.
That was a pop-up.
It's possible she was trying to change her mind on something a little too late.
Yeah, second guessing your shot selection. If he develops that consistency by tomorrow, that's all it is.
Andrew, does your team play the Brewers tomorrow?
No, not at all. They're one of the 3 teams we do not play, but I'm sure we'll play them. I haven't double checked the schedule, but I believe we play them at least once in Montreal in a few weeks from now, and probably more than once.
Yeah, so you are referring to the second event of the season, which is the Eastern Split happening in Montreal, Quebec. And I believe that is across the weekend of June 6th to the 8th.
Yes.
Or 7th to the
8th.
7th,
Yeah.
Time in.
Oh, Lucas got that off the heel of his paddle, it looked like.
The Brewers just overtook the lead, 16-14. 17-14. Momentum shifts.
And still quite a few unforced errors on both sides. But it's whoever has less, right?
Right. Oh, 18-14.
I don't want to jinx them too much.
All right, folks, time in. 18-14. There's another Ernie, and that is huge for Kyle Hermetz and his team.
Yeah, the Northern Lights got to be careful not to give the ball too much height on that corner of the kitchen.
Well, I think they're finding that their space has decreased. Like, they don't have the same openings and airspace that they did at the start of the game.
Yeah. Love to see Michael Chow getting energized on the sidelines, team owner of the Northern Lights.
Yeah, proud owner for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure he put a lot of effort into selecting this team.
Yes, he did.
And we are at game point, folks. Let's see if the Brewers take this win. Oh, for the game.
You never want to see that happen. But
Headshot.
it looks like she's okay.
It was a total error. Glad she had protective eyewear.
Yes.
But, the Brewers do get a win. I think it was a must win for them, despite them not taking the match.
Yeah, that's at least got to be a feel-good moment for them.